Hello, and welcome back to Valiant Hearts. So, we're gonna pick up where we left off from.
Thanks to support from British forces,
we've
the German
watched that
plan
movie.
failed. The front line moved back to the north, and with the arrival of winter, froze. Soldiers holed up amid a vast labyrinth of trenches and tunnels that would
Why
become
can I
the
not skip
indelible
that?
image of the Great War.
Haven't we watched that?
Karl's regiment retreated to the outskirts of New.
It's not letting me.
The same camp
Okay, no,
where
we're just not
Leo
watch the
would be
cutscene
held
again.
prisoner.
I thought I could skip that. Even said press space to skip. Anyway, it didn't take that long anyway, so here we are. We're playing as Emil, who is a prisoner of war. So these guys want to eat. The dog! Can I pet the dog? The dog is thirsty. Okay. Can I pet the dog? Okay, what does that do? Okay, water, fire, and sausages. Okay, so this is fire. What's this? I probably have more historical facts as well. Okay, photo frame. Even though photography was not widespread, many soldiers had their photos taken before setting out for the war. Professional prints were developed in photo paper and applied to a hard backing to prevent tearing. Some photos were directly printed as postcards, especially group conscript photos. Okay, and let's see that. 6 billion prisoners of war. Between 1940... I'll try to remember to edit that out, but I'm not sure I'll remember it. Between 1914 and 1918, over 6 million men were taken prisoner, including 1.2 million German and 200,000 British troops. Despite the 1907 Hague Convention and the efforts of the International Red Cross, prison conditions and forced labor proved harsh for conscripts, and hundreds of thousands never made it home. Yeah, I guess that's sad, being taken as a prisoner of war. I mean, you survived, but not a good fate. Letters. Letters remained the only real means of communication with the outside world. Radios and telephones were only used for military ends. All soldiers wrote to their loved ones back home. As war correspondence was free of charge, this created logistical and financial problems. 10 billion letters and postcards were sent to and from the front during the war. The early war postal system was chaotic, but the front was then separated into sectors, each with its own postcode. The visit from the military postmaster was eagerly awaited. 10 billion letters. Wow, that's a lot. In 4 years, right? Battle of Neuve-Chapelle. March 10th, 1915, British shells literally rained down on German forces. For the first time, the technique creeping barrage was used. The barrage ordered the fire of all units, targets the same position for a period before advancing one line at a time. The infantry's advance was synchronized at a safe distance behind the barrage so that German lines could then be overrun. That day, 530 cannons fired over 216,000 shells, that is to say, one shell per weapon every 2 minutes. That's a lot. Like, considering it was World War I, so it was 100 years ago. The Gorwal rifles. In the early 20th century, Great Britain and France governed huge colonial empires, put them to use during the war. Indian troops were deployed by Britain in the Middle East, as well as other European fronts, and made an important contribution to the war effort. Many victories were achieved thanks to their bravery and discipline in combat. A monument commemorating this sacrifice stands in Neuve-Chapelle. It's the first time I learned that there were Indian soldiers in the First World War. No idea. Mud. Trench life was difficult. Soldiers were confronted with cold, rain, and mud. Dirty water meant that diseases such as dysentery, typhus, and cholera flourished. The depth of the mud also presented dangers, and soldiers sometimes drowned in shell holes or in the tunnels leading to the trenches. Explosives. Trench fortifications required the use of explosives. To penetrate enemy lines, long tunnels were dug under no man's landing beneath enemy trenches. Under no man's land beneath enemy trenches. That's a confusing sentence. To penetrate enemy lines, Bunkers were dug under no man's land, beneath enemy trenches. What does no man's land mean? Anyway, inside which explosives were placed. The English used cordite, a powerful explosive that could be detonated at a distance. These are very interesting facts, and most of these I did not know them. Okay, diaries. We read that one, yeah. Okay, this one. I missed them by a whisker, it won't happen again. My younger brother's letter was sweet. It gave me a real boost. It's good he's back in the States, miles away from this nightmare. That kid has a knack of getting himself in trouble. Emile, there, right in front of me, sprawling on the ground. Why did his regiment have to come up against mine? I hope he pulls through. He's one tough cookie. I must find out what POW camp he's been taken to. So it wasn't Carl who shot Emile. He just happened to be in the same battle. The Germans invaded St. Mihiel. Unfortunately, the troops spared the farm. I took shelter in the cellar with Victor. Now what's going to happen? Oh, so the soldiers went to the village where the family originally was. That's sad. Also, time is passing. Like, this is already September 25th. I think they were taken into the war in early August. So it's already more than a month that everybody's been away for war. I see. What are you mean?
Dearest Papa, we live in a climate of uncertainty. Germans use the people of Saint-Mihiel as human shields against the French bombings. I hope the Germans treat you well, and that your wound has healed. Your grandson sent you kisses. I sent you a picture of him. All my love. Please write soon.
Adieu, Karl.
That's sad. That's very sad. What am I doing wrong? Oh, we need the water first. Okay, first water, then fire, then sausages. Okay. If only preparing food was that easy. Oh no, it's the barrage we're reading about. Oh no. It's literally the yeah, I messed up. Okay, where am I supposed to go though? Take cover, yes. 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 No! Yes, I actually did it. That's why I like reading the historical facts, because these are actually stuff that happened in the war. Oh, it's a dog. It's a dog. I played as a dog? It's confusing. He's so cute.
Merci.
So if I press 1... No, if I press left alt, I can play as a dog. Can I pet him?
Merci,
I can pet dog. That's amazing. I'm gonna do that many times. Okay. So that was the bombing that was mentioned. Here. This one. Where it rained down cannons and shells. Can you help him? Okay, you do it, man, Carl. Okay, I'm missing a lever here. Wait. Oh, I can play as a dog. Or can I? I can't. Music is so good. Yeah, I'm missing something here. What am I supposed to do? I cannot move forward. Oh, I see. Wait, where's the bottle? Did I drop it? No, I did. There we go. So I press Alt, and press 1, and the dog goes up to pick it up. Then I ask for the dog to bring it in. That's just a cool mechanic. So the dog helps me. Oh, he's happy. That's so sweet. Maybe I need more coffee. I don't know. Okay. What? Oh, it gives me time to go to the lever, doesn't it? Okay, run. And we lift doggy up. And what about me though? Can I step over it while it's moving? Like this? Yeah, I can. Great. It's very hard to get used to the fact that I can actually control the dog, because it means that some areas that look unavailable are actually not. Like, ask the dog to go there. Where did he end up though? Oh, he ends up down there, because he can't go down the stairs because he's a dog. Makes sense. Alright, I can give him stuff to carry. Yeah, I can. Huh. It's also really cool. Okay, the dog can also dig, apparently. No, I can dig. There we go. Also finding no items, and I'm pretty sure I missed some. But that's okay. Yeah. That was a mine. Okay, these are mines. Can I make them blow up like this? Yeah, I can. Because I want that item. Yeah, I did miss an item. Like, see, I didn't get this one. Damn it, it's okay. Crucifix. The majority of soldiers believed in God, and some were symbols of their religion. War offices had to make provisions for different religions, and a variety of religious ceremonies were performed at the front by different faiths. Priests, vicars, and rabbis offered succors and compassion to soldiers. Muslim soldiers from colonies were organized into separate battalions for practical reasons. Their beliefs were also respected. Halal food was provided as well as Muslim funeral services. But it's good to see that even though it was war, there was still respect for religions, right? You have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing. I can either go that way. What's that way? Right? I can either go right. Okay, wait. I actually want to go right, just to keep that ladder there. No, might be useful. So my phone just reset on its own. It's pretty scary. Can I not make the ladder drop? Wait. What? Oh, my phone just decided to update. But I cannot go back up because, yeah, I could go back up and get balls, but I dug down here. It's okay, it doesn't look like I need the ladder for now. It'll just be a cool thing to have. Okay, so we're going that way. That's the thing I missed. Okay, so for now I haven't missed anything. Valiant Stories Contest Memorabilia. Lace tightener made by Corporal Lucien Dufourmontel. Probably isn't pronounced like that. Great-grandfather of Benoit Thiedrez from melted down cartridge case. Lucien served as an electrician in the Searchlight Division whose mission was to illuminate every enemy positions. Many thanks and congratulations to our winner, but... Let's see... Okay, so we did what there was to do here. Going that way. These are some good graphics. Like, look at the dark background and the rain and the smoke. I like that. What was to do here? I can't dig. Okay. Oh, the dog can. She's giving me a bone. Should I use it to bring down the ladder? No, I should use it to... Wait, can he find more there? Wait, if I use the bone to bring down the ladder, just to have a fast way back up there. Oh, she's gonna pick it up again, okay. Thank you, doggy. Yeah, because I needed to... Let me see. I need to blow this up. Dig. Oh. Okay, now I have to do some dodging with this. Oh, there's so much there. No. Can I... I'm gonna hit the mine, aren't I? I want to try this again. I think I messed it up. Yeah, I can dig upwards at the very beginning. There we go. How did the dog get down the other side? What did he do? Wow. That's a cool dog. How did he end up over there? Like a compass. Soldiers use compasses to gain their bearings in open countryside. They were used in conjunction with the HQ map. Orienteering was the reserve officers and non-commissioned officers who issued soldiers with directions. Okay, but I still have no idea how the dog ended up over there. Please don't hit the mine. Please. There we go. Oh, there's a doggy there. Okay. Sausage. Dog, no! Dog, don't go for the sausage, please. Oh no. Oh no. What am I supposed to do?
The British troops continued their attack on Neuve-Chapelle. Their next objective, take back Port Arthur.
Okay, now we're on opposing like battlefronts, right? Because he's with the British or the French army, and Emile is with the German because he was taken captive. Okay, I see. Okay, stay here. Go. Please, faster. Please. Cut. Run. Oh, are we gonna see the dog? Because he's the one who can cut through wire, right? Go. Thought I would be smart and do it right after he finishes firing, but... Oh was just dumb. Okay. Why did I die here? I'm such a dumb there. Just patient. What's this? Coins. French coins. All troops were paid in their country of origin currency and paid compensation in the local currency. The British earned 1 shilling a day, around 3.1 Great Britain pounds, $5.42. The standard King's shilling and 20 francs every fortnight. These 20 francs had a face value of £40, roughly 50 euros, and were used as the main currency, with the locals eager to barter whatever few goods they could trade. Business always prevailed, so locals near the combat zone would agree on payment in foreign currencies as well. Okay, that's rather interesting. I never actually thought about it, that soldiers actually had to buy stuff. Okay, so we can use this to blow up bombs. Okay, 232. Why did I get this one? This is a 1. Okay, so here she wants 2. Okay. Here she wants... Is that 3 or is that 4? Let's see. No, I think that was 4. This is 3, right? Okay. I wants 2. Great. Now I can blow stuff up. Oh, we see the Indian soldier? He looks Indian. That's cool, like how the game is teaching you stuff and then putting them inside the game. Am I missing something? I'm still missing this thing. I like how the game teaches you some stuff and then immediately uses them inside the game. Okay. Press. Okay, I guess we're going up. Oh, and that's the last item. Great. The kukri knife. The kukri knife was used by the Gurkhas, the Indian people, I think. The British unit comprised of of colonial Indian troops. This Nepalese weapon was standard issue and became a symbol of the Empire forces. Its heavy, thick, and curved blade was designed for striking as well as for cutting. It's like a nice knife, I guess. I don't know, like, I'm the least... Are we gonna be the ones to save them? Yes! Good job. Yeah, because you can cut the wires. Oh my god. That's great. Save the movie.
Merci, Huh? Merci, mon ami. Du Ragnar. Karl Louis von der. Yeah, come.
That was very hard.
Amidst the never-ending attacks and counterattacks, Freddy and Emil hunted the elusive Baron and his regiment in Ypres.
Is that toxin?
On April 22nd, 1915, chlorine gas was used for the first time by the Germans.
Yeah. Okay, so we have new facts and new items. Okay. Let's go for the facts. Facts. Battle of Ypres. Ypres was a key strategic town in Belgium, especially for the British. It was the gateway of the north and thus to Britain. Canadian troops were deployed in the front line. They proved their endurance and dependability in combat with the Allies. 6,000 Canadian lives were lost at the Battle of April 1915. First gas attack. April 22nd, 1915 at Ypres. Okay, so it's already a year past, right? Our story began at August 1914. April 22nd, 1915, at Ypres came the first gas attack in history. 5,730 cylinders of chlorine were opened by the Germans in favorable winds. Chlorine gas caused burns to eyes, skin, and lungs, even through clothes and rubber boots. The effects were devastating. The only defense found by the Canadians was to cover their noses with a urine-soaked handkerchief. Kind of EU, but better than having your lungs burned by chlorine. Zeppelin bombardment. Zeppelins were invented in 1900 by the German Count von Zeppelin. The first long-distance flight didn't take place until 1908. Zeppelins weren't much slower than the aircraft of the period and were first used in the Renaissance. Reconnaissance. That's embarrassing. I think I should stop reading. I misread everything. They could also fly at higher altitudes, so from 1915 they were used to bomb civilians in London and Paris. The dogs of war. It's estimated that by 1918 the Germans had employed 30,000 dogs, while the Allies employed 20,000. Dogs were recruited from dog pounds and the police force, while many families also enlisted their pets. Dogs had a number of roles as sentries and scouts, in postal liaison and equipment transport, locating casualties and explosives, and as mascots. The main breed deployed were German Shepherds, Doberman Pischners, and Bouviers. I see. We have new diaries. On the march to Belgium, where this damn regiment is stationed, not alone at least, I met a funny old French farmer guy, Emile. Doesn't say much, but if I understood right, his son-in-law is German. How crazy is that? Not a day goes by that I don't dream of you. Of who? At last I found Emile just moments before the shells started flying. I hope he has managed to dodge the bombs. The letter she showed me filled my heart with joy. Marie is well and Victor is growing up. That's all that matters. Okay, we cannot go that way. I see what I have to do, I just want to see if I'm missing something. Okay, come on, doggy. You can do it.
Hey, what? Does he?
Doggy can crawl under that. And even push the lever. Wow. Can I pet him? I want to reward him. Pet, come on. I want to pet you. Doggy, please. Yeah. Thank you. That's all I wanted.
What?
Okay, the dog cannot go there. So something for me to do here. Dog cannot go here.
Hey, what?
I could dig. Yeah, I didn't see that. Okay, so... Okay, this is for these chains. So we can bring it down. Okay. Let's get this over here. Canadian identification tag. At the start of the war, Canadian identification tags were formed by a large aluminum disc, which was because they were an emergency issue and had a unique shape. They were soon replaced by standard British tags, and as were those of British Empire forces. Can I actually go down? I want to see what's down. Can I, or is it gonna drop me? Guess I can't. At least for now. Okay. Oh, maybe I can bring my dog down here with me later. Yeah, actually, that's exactly what I'm doing, right? Yeah. That's really what I'm doing. And I'll simply press this and get me down. Okay. This looks confusing. Oh no. It's gonna take forever for me to solve that. I'm so bad at these puzzles. Oh no. That. Is that mask? Yeah, urine-soaked cloth. The only defense against the gas mask before masks were introduced. The only defense against the gas attack before masks were introduced was to cover the nose with a urine-soaked handkerchief. Urine reacts with chlorine directly in the handkerchief to form less noxious products, limiting the effects. It was not the most hygienic solution, but it was always better than a lung full of hydrochloric acid. Yeah, that's what they said as well. Oh no, that's gonna take me forever. I'm so bad at these. So, do we have to blow this up? Oh, come on. I'm so bad at these. Okay, what is this thing? Again, what does that do? Okay, turn this way. Well, I actually did it. Okay, so I have to bring the gas back to itself to make it blow up. Makes sense. I'm sure that will. Oh wait, I have to, yeah, this one is. Oh, what? I have to bring the bigger one. Yeah. What's the point of that? Why does it even exist? Wait. Can I bring the bigger one? I don't feel like I can push it. Oh, okay. I see. Took me some time, but I see what happened. Oh, doggy, I want you to... What? I can't bring it down? What? Why can't the dog not press this? The other lever. What? Is that a glitch? It's not supposed to happen. The dog is supposed to be able to press the other one as well. What? I can't go back up now. Am I trapped? It's gotta be a glitch, right? The dog is supposed to be able to press both levers, I'm sure of that. I used that information before. Now I'm trapped. I cannot go back up because the dog cannot bring the crate back down from your client. That sucks. Okay, let's try this one real quick. Come on, please, please. Please tell me it's real. It's just temporary
Amidst
lag.
the never-ending attacks and counter.
I have to do everything again.
On April 22nd, 1915, chlorine gas was used for the
Okay. That was weird. That was a very weird lag. I'm sure it wasn't supposed to work like that. Like, no game is supposed to trap you in a place like this. Oh, at least I have my items, right? Yeah, there's three here. I don't have. Okay, dog. Yeah, see? She can press that lever. The game just glitched on me before. The dog can actually do that. Okay, now lift this. Oh, yeah, I know. Just I have to do it again. I'm not very sure about how I did it before. Kind of got really lucky. Just want to make sure the game's not gonna glitch on me again. I don't need help. What? Are you serious? The dog can again not press it.
What?
Why can't the dog not? Yeah, I know. I goddamn understand.
What?
Just don't see why the dog cannot press the lever to go down. It's so confusing. Why? Why is this working like that? It's the second time in a row this happens. She could push it before, but she cannot push it now.
What?
Like, look at that.
What?
She pushed me down so she can push the... I don't know. Well, I'm gonna leave this episode here. I'm gonna solve this mystery next time because right now I'm tired, I'm sleepy, and this is just making completely no sense. So I'm... Yeah, thank you. That's exactly what I'm trying to do, but it's not working. Thank you for nothing, game. Okay, so I'm gonna try it again next time. See you next time.